energy projects, including the surging production of electric vehicles. In the Russian Arctic alone, the mineral value is estimated to be upwards of $2 trillion. Then there are the vast new seas open to fishing, where conflicts are already arising. Unfortunately, matters are steadily worsening as nations vie for the resources of the melting Arctic Circle. Back in 2007, Russia went so far as to send 2 submersibles beneath the ice cap to plant a titanium flag under the North Pole, symbolically staking a claim. In 2022, the country also attempted to extend its territorial reach by 700 square kilometers, brushing up against Canada and Greenland. And this is no idle thumbing of their nose at the Western world. Not only has the far north been culturally and historically significant to the Russian people, it's also vital from a military and security standpoint. To that end, Russia has already begun defending its space vigorously. It has conducted a series of unannounced military exercises across its northern borders, involving thousands of troops and scores of ships and submarines, including from its nuclear arsenal. In addition, the Russian fleet has more than 40 icebreakers in service, including 10 nuclear-powered ones, whereas the U.S. Coast Guard has only 2, although 6 more are in the works with completion dates sometime after 2025. This disparity in polar strength has sharpened tensions and increased military activity across the Arctic Circle. It would not take much, an accident, a misunderstanding, an error in judgment, to destabilize the entire region. But there is one danger above all that threatens to set off this icy powder keg. A new Arctic discovery, something unexpected and unforeseen, something that could set nation against nation in a race to secure it. And that discovery, it's about to happen. Notes from the historical record. Interest in the Arctic has not been limited to the present day. Throughout the ages, it has been a source of mystery, adventure, and tragedy. The ancient Greeks called the far north Arktikos, the land of the Great Bear, named after the constellation of Ursa Major. According to their myths, the Arctic was the birthplace of the North Wind, Boreas, and even farther north was a mysterious land called Hyperborea, which translates as beyond the North Wind. This land was said to be deeply forested, rich in wildlife, and a place of gentle breezes. It was also inhabited by the oldest of human races, a nearly immortal people who could live for centuries. More importantly, these Hyperboreans were the favorites of Apollo, the Greek god of sunlight and wisdom. He traveled to their lands so frequently that he is often referred to as the Hyperborean Apollo. But this god was not the only one who sought them out. This myth of a fecund and rich continent hidden in the far north persisted for centuries. Over the passing millennia, adventurers and explorers have sought out this lost land, this terra incognita. Stories persisted in Roman legend, in medieval tales and texts of the Enlightenment period and beyond. But could there be any truth to this legend of Hyperborea? In the 14th century, a Franciscan friar from Oxford traveled the North Atlantic, conducting business on behalf of King Edward III. He produced a volume titled Inventio Fortunata, or Fortunate Discoveries, that contained an astounding description of the North Pole and the surrounding seas, lands, and its peoples. This volume vanished into history, but later texts referred to it, including a Dutch account written by Jacobus Nguyen, called the Itinerarium, which summarized the friar's travelogue. Unfortunately, by the 16th century, Nguyen's text also disappeared. Luckily, a Flemish cartographer, Gerardus Mercator, quoted extensively from it in a letter to his friend, the mathematician and royal advisor John Dee. This letter remains preserved in the British Museum. More importantly, Mercator used Nguyen's description to craft a detailed map of the Arctic, the Septentrionalium Terrarum, the first such chart.